Welcome to NK Sports presented by Grand Lake Health. We are here at Minster Memorial Field to bring you high school football where the Fort Loramie Redskins take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is brought to you by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Fly Gem, Precision Strip, Sweeterman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Cy Sweeterman, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and AC, Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, Securicom, St. Henry Bank, and The Spot. Thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this, and this is high school football week number 1. We said we're here at Minster as the Wildcats take on the Fort Loramie Redskins. I am Jeff Henshin. Alongside me tonight is Ron Cruzy, and Ron, a beautiful night for week number 1. Can't ask for much better weather. The field's in good condition, and both these teams have high hopes, as both had very good seasons last year, 2018.
Right, Fort Loramie comes in. They were 12-2 last year. They lost their first game to Minster, and from then on, they improved each game. They lost 28-14 in the state semifinals to eventual state champion Macomb, and they have not beaten Minster, unfortunately, since 2013, and they'd like to turn that around. For the Minster Wildcats, they came in last year with an 8-4 record, 5-3 in the MAC. They lost to Crestview in the Division 7 regional semifinal game. They graduated 14 players from last year's squad. Quarterback-wise, both teams have their quarterback back this year. For Minster, Jacob Niemeyer, he passed for 1,832 yards and 15 touchdowns. He's a senior. And for Fort Loramie, they have sophomore Colin Moore back. He passed for 1,801 yards last year and 21 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's always good to have your quarterbacks back, unless they're bad. But I think in this case, both these teams have very good quarterbacks. So it's nice to have kind of your point guards in the ball club out here under a center to call and run the offense for your team. This is the 18th meeting all time. Minster dominates it right now with 13 wins and 4 losses. We'll see once if the Redskins can turn that around, and we'll see once if the Wildcats have other intentions, as we will take a break and come back with the opening kickoff here on NKTelco, presented by Grand Lake Health.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
FlyGem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products. and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
NKTelco Sports presented by Grand Lake Health. We're back here at Minster now, and we are seeing the starting lineups for the Wildcats. So as we do that, let's go through our keys to the game this evening.
For the Fort Laramie Redskins, the first key is they need to play with passion. The second key is focus on themselves. And number 3 is let it rip. For the Minster Wildcats, first key is toughness. They need to play with number 2, handle adversity. Number 3, they need to defend the pass of the open offense of Fort Laramie.
Thank you, Ron. As you see the Minster Wildcats getting ready to enter the field. We haven't seen them all night. They've been off the field. We've seen Fort Laramie warming up, and Minster has just now entered the surface, if you will, here at KTelco. The Wildcats, the home team tonight, in the black jerseys, black pants, black helmets. And the Redskins now enter the field towards the west end. They'll be wearing the black helmet, white shirt, white shirt, red pant.
So should we say the Wildcats have been caged up
They
for
might
their
have
warm-ups, and now they're turned loose?
Well, let it rip. They've worked long time here. Both these teams, great seasons to end last year, and both, it's week 1. Everyone has high expectations, and both these teams return. Obviously, both teams lost some stuff, some players, some big key parts of their program to graduation. Every school does that, but they have some good kids coming back, and both coaches have stressed, it's open. Someone's got to go out there and play with it and play like you want it and make it happen. This is the 18th meeting, I should say, between these two schools again. Minster a 13-4 record overall. They've met 3 times in postseason. Minster has won all 3 of those postseason games. And you mentioned the last time that the Redskins of Fort Laramie have defeated Minster was back in 2013. Ironically, Garen Stokes for Minster, his first-year head coach, was the year that happened. So Coach Spencer Wells, just in his second year at Fort Laramie. What a way to come in as your first year and take your team to the Final Four, in your first year. That's setting the bar high, but he has a lot of coaching experience at Marion Local, Wapak, Salina, Allen East. Also Coach Spencer Wells, member of the Delphi St. John State Championship team. I believe it was back in 2005, if memory serves me right, but some good experience there. On the other side of the field, Coach Garen Stokes took over as an alma mater at Urbana. Coached for 4 years before coming here. Also has some college quarterback experience, does Stokes at Wittenberg and Urbana. As we prepare for the kickoff here, and for the Wildcats, back to receive will be Alex Schmidtmeyer, number 22, and Brendan Barhorse, 26. And kicking off for the Fort Laramie Redskins should be number 4, Nick Brandaway.
Just about ready to go here. Season 2019.
And the opening kick. These 12 minutes will begin on the first touch. And it will have to wait as it goes out of bounds if game's first penalty. And Minster's offense.
So everybody's geared up to hit somebody, and the ball goes out of bounds. Kind of anticlimactic there.
Well, the whole opening has been kind of laid back. No pregame music, kind of just an empty field a little bit. But now both teams have entered the field. Minster will enter first with the ball on the 35-yard line. Jacob Niemeyer, you mentioned it before the game started, Ron. Quarterback last year. It's always good to have your point guard, if you will, back under center. In this case, actually in the shotgun or the pistol formation. So the first offensive play as the clock does start. Quick pass. Goes for a short gain. Brendan Bornhorst, 26, on the reception. A short gain.
So a pickup of 2 on that short pass.
As you get a good look there at the Wildcats, we'll try to get down their lineup here. The left tackle, number 78, Kyle Rethman, number 65. The center, Alex Frimmel, number 56. Dustin Frericks is the left guard at 67. Dylan Sharp, right tackle, number 70. And quarterback, Jacob Niemeyer. Handoff up the middle to Schmidtmeyer, I believe. Schmidtmeyer, a good back last year for the Wildcats. We'll take that, post that lineup on the board for you. Also, fullback will be number 13, Brian Falk. Tight end, number 80, Luke Riplow. Number 19, Trenton Rechterman will be the wide receiver. And Brendan Barhorse, 26, already has a catch, will be the other wide receiver. As you see the lineup there for the Minster Wildcats. Niemeyer, open receiver. Alex Schmidtmeyer, pass catch, first down, ball down across the midfield stripe. It's about the 47.
We look for Minster to have a pretty much balanced attack between rushing and passing, whereas Fort Loramie would look for them to be mostly passing offense in their spread offense.
Frimmel, the ball back to Niemeyer, keeps it. In and out and through the hands of number 13, Brian Falk. The first incomplete pass. That'll stop the game clock at 10:44. But a new rule this year, and it's already been evident here, is once the play is blown dead, in that case the dead ball when it hit the ground, the 40-second play clock starts right away. It's very similar to pro and college football, so the game clock already down to 22, 21, 20 and running. So that's a new rule change. Before, you'd have to wait to start the clock until the umpire spotted the ball, and then I think that was a little bit shorter time, but this year the 40-second clock starts after the dead ball. Pass intercepted, I believe, on the 13-yard line by Damon Mesher. So the game's first interception, turnover, if you will. Damon Mesher, good job playing center field, and maybe a better job, Ron, getting his foot in bounds.
Yeah, he threw in to double coverage that time. Did Niemeyer lofted it up along the sideline. You had two Redskins just waiting on the ball. Almost impossible to complete that pass.
So the first turnover, we didn't speak much about turnovers, but I think that's always key in any game. You don't want to lose a turnover battle. We'll take a look at an interception after this play by the Redskins, as they now on offense with Colin Moore, and there's a penalty. So that'll give us the time maybe now to look at the interception by Damon Mesher, as the Redskins will be marked back 5 yards. Here you take a look at it. Tail end there, dragging those basically both feet. Good job by Mesher, keeping him, knowing where he's at on the field and securing it.
Seeger was right there also for the Redskins.
And Niemeyer had time. It wasn't like he was pressured. So Fort Loramie, after the big play, puts himself in a little bit of a hole here on the Minster, or their own 7-yard line. Not much running room. He stays in bounds and gets about the 9 or 10, maybe give him the 9-yard line. Adam Kettner, one of the Wildcats there on the stop. Fort Loramie, I said the quarterback, we'll look at their starting lineup here. The quarterback for Fort Loramie, we'll get that after the next play here. A big second down and 13 with the penalty. Moore keeps it. Receiver open down the right sideline. It is caught far side across midfield. Number 26, Hank Ruenkamp, all the way to the Wildcat 47-yard line.
What a pass. A lot of air under that ball, right on target.
Nice pass, nice catch. Ruenkamp. First down, that gets them way far away from their own end zone, obviously into Minster territory. Penalty flag. Now maybe if we can, we'll take another look at that starting lineup of the Fort Loramie Redskins, and another penalty may push them back into their own territory.
So a 44-yard pass.
So the starting lineup again for the Redskins. Quarterback, there we take a look at offensive lineman Griffin Meyer, Ethan Eilerman, Adam Siegel, Blake Holdhouse, Evan Holscher, your wide receiver Damon Mesher, Hank Ruenkamp, Kevin Plyman, Mark Sager, your running back Nick Brandewy, and your quarterback we mentioned before, last year's starting quarterback as well, Colin Moore.
They've been called for an illegal substitution, so it's going to be 1st and 15.
So illegal substitution, that pushes it back.
They overcame the first 5-yard penalty, and we'll see once what they can do with this one.
High snap, Moore hangs on to it. Damon Mesher tripped up, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, 47.
So a pickup of 5.
Brendan Barhorse on the stop for the Wildcats. So good opening drive here so far for the Redskins. They've overcome a couple penalties. Obviously the big one was a big throw and catch from Moore to Ruenkamp to get it to the Wildcat 47, and that's where we're at now on 2nd down 10.
And this is probably a throwing down here, 2nd and 10.
Good snap to Moore, keeps it. Not a whole lot of running room, but does manage to get about 3 yards to the 45. A number of Wildcat defenders there on the stop. Craig Mana, number 72, the defensive end for the Wildcats, with the stop and a big 3rd down early in this first quarter. You always want to have a good 3rd down percentage. A lot of times the team with a better 3rd down percentage will be the team that's on top at the end.
Yeah, they can pretty much flip the field position here with a 1st down.
Moore, receiver to Mesher, in and out of his hands. Incomplete pass. That'll bring on 4th down and 8. The punting unit for the Redskins will come out. That'll be Sam Barhorse, number 10. So after the big play, the Minster defense stiffens up and holds Redskins, and Barhorse counting his players, make sure there's 10 plus him, and that's 11. Back for the Wildcats, number 26, Brendan Barhorst.
Has a slight
Brendan Bornhorst.
He has a slight breeze to his back, which will help him.
Barnhorst lets it drop on the left side. It goes out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, and that is where the Wildcats will start on their own 16-yard line following the punt. Again, it was interception on the first drive by Niemeyer, and while we have a second here, I want to try to get the the Fort Loramie defense. So the Fort Loramie defense, we didn't get a chance to speak of them yet. They came up with a big interception on that first drive.
Neither team is wasting much of that shot clock, or not shot clock, but play clock.
We'll take that off. We'll get the defense right after this play. The snap will come here at 10 on the play clock. You see it in the left corner. Gain of about 3. Alex Schmidtmeyer. Now we'll take a look at that Fort Loramie defense that came up with the game's first turnover. They include number 22, Damon Mesher, Blake Holdhouse, Mac Fortman, Connor Ratterman, Noah Giozzi. Schmidtmeyer, room on the left side. 1st down, out to the 32-yard line. Looking back, the FAR official thought the knee was down before he continued to go forward. I didn't see it, but
yeah, they called him down on the 29.
So a 10-yard gain by Schmidtmeyer. More importantly, a 1st down. And we'll try to cue up that defense. If you can put that up one more time, we'll finish out the Fort Loramie defenders. I left off at Giozzi. Niemeyer waits to snap. Clock running, 7:35 to go first quarter. Schmidt, oh, he kept it. I thought the quarterback keeper by Niemeyer, gain of about 3 to the 32.
Good piece of ball handling there by Niemeyer.
Yeah, nice. I thought this Schmidtmeyer had it quickly. The Wildcats back to the line of scrimmage. They like what they see. They're going to go quickly. And Schmidtmeyer gain. Nice stop by Nick Brandewy. Big stop by Brandewy coming in for the tackle for no gain. 3rd down. Now there's a bit of a delay. We might be able to finish the Redskins. It's tough for the Minster. You never know if they're going to go quick or delayed.
Got two split out wide to the right.
Niemeyer, time, middle of the field, into traffic. He caught
it.
Number 26, Brendan Bornhorst, all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That time he threw into triple coverage and came out and caught it.
Bornhorst there just to see the tail end of it. Had to wait and see who came up with it. I thought Mesher maybe came up with a second interception. First down, Wildcats, ball on the Redskin 40. Swing pattern, nice blocking, good yards on first down. Brian Falk with the reception. A gain of 7 down to the 33-yard line. So nice play there, well disguised. Brian Falk with a nice catch. Good blocking by his teammate, gives him a few yards before contact.
Well, the interception came thrown into double coverage. He thought he'd try triple, and he
got away with it.
He got away with it.
Niemeyer keeps it. First down carry down to the 16, 17-yard line.
Gain of 16 yards there on that run.
Good run by number 15, Jacob Niemeyer.
Again, nice piece of ball handling there by Niemeyer. He faked everybody out by faking it to the running back and keeping it himself.
Again, the Wildcats quickly to the line. And go quickly with a direct snap to Niemeyer, handoff to Schmidtmeyer, and he falls forward for about 5 or 6. Put the ball down to about the 8. Nick Brandon in on the Redskins stop there as the defensive Fort Loramie is going to have to come up with a big stops or multiple stops here. They're in 4-down territory, are the Wildcats, and not a whole lot of yards left to go for the Wildcats offense.
He kept it
Niemeyer
again.
Keeps it again, breaks through a tackle. There's a penalty marker in the backfield, so we'll see what get the result down to the 3.
It's a holding penalty on Minster.
Again, that's from the spot of the foul, so they'll back that up from about, in fact, there are 2 penalties down, so maybe they both saw it. So that'll put it about from the 15 to the 25. So the ball rests on the 25. Coach Stokes in his seventh season for Coach Stokes at Minster. Again, 4 years at Urbana, his alma mater high school, and then came here. Also played quarterback, did Garen Stokes at Wittenberg University and Urbana University. 6-1 is Coach Stokes' record time against the Redskins, and that, again, own loss was his first season here back in 2013.
2 receivers out wide left.
Niemeyer keeps it. Open receiver, touchdown. Brian Falk, 19. Number 19, Trent Rechterman. So Niemeyer to Rechterman, and the Wildcats, the first score of the game. Number, I believe it was 19, yes. So the point after touchdown now, big point coming up here for the Wildcats. Number 13, Brian Falk will kick. Cody Richard will hold. And the kick is missed. We'll take a short timeout and come back with more high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at cargill.com.
Kickoff will bounce on the 10. Fielded by Mesher. Runs through a couple people and gets out to the 21, and that's where Fort Loramie will start their drive. A nice drive by the Wildcats, Ron, to get that game's first score.
That was a nice play set up there by the Wildcats. Faked a reverse and then had plenty of time to throw the ball. Fort Loramie did not get any pressure on him, and he just sat back there and waited till the wide receiver cleared out in the end zone, and he was wide open.
One thing I think the offensive line for Minster has done so far it has given Niemeyer time to throw. We haven't seen him really under a lot of pressure yet. Pitch to Brandewee, and he eludes a couple would-be tacklers that would have been a loss. Gets it out right at the 25-yard line for a 4-yard gain. The last touchdown was by Trent Rechterman, his catch, if you will. I think he had 2 catches last year for the Wildcats. Gets one right here in week number 1 from Jacob Niemeyer.
So the Redskins so far 4 rushes and 2 passing, one complete.
And it was a big completion. They will try to get some offense going here. Pass to the far side. As Moore hits Mark Seger.
That's going to be a 5-yard pickup out to the 30-yard line.
Evidently
35-yard line, I'm sorry.
So that's enough for the first down. Brendan Bornhorst, the stop for the Wildcats on defense. We mentioned his name a few times already tonight. And here in a second, we'll also try to get that Minster defensive starting lineup listed. We'll have a little bit more time as Fort Loramie so far taking more of the play clock before they snap. Moore hits Brandewee, and then Brandewee is hit by a couple Wildcats. Short gain. Trent Rechterman, who caught the touchdown, in on the stop for the Wildcats.
Brandewee, a 6'2", 210-pound senior for the Redskins.
So bring second down 10. Moore have a lateral. Luckily it's caught, and it is, but really a gain of 2 yards. Not much working there. Max Hoyne. Rechterman again on the tackle. Mentioned the Fort Loramie offense. One of their key offensive linemen not playing tonight due to injury is number 56, Josh Pangilian. He's their center, and he's out. He hurt his shoulder this summer, just not ready to go yet. But the head of the offensive line not in football clothes tonight. One of a couple Redskins hurt, Brock Ruenkamp and also Tyler Luthman. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
Toby Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
NKTelco Sports, Grand Lake Health, back here live action and falling down forward. Big catch by Hank Ruenkamp. Falls forward for a much needed first down. Ball out to the 40, just over the 45, 46.
And that's what we thought we'd see from Fort Loramie. Nice, crisp passes, and so far it's been pretty even. 5 rushing attempts and 5 passing attempts. So a well-balanced offense, but they're just not moving the ball on the ground.
So just trying to figure out, the clock's right down to 15 is the play clock. The referee wound it down to 10 now. They're going to have to hustle. Down to 5. And they get it off in time, avoid a penalty. I believe that's Hoyne, straight up the middle for 8 yards. Max Hoyne. Cross midfield into Minster territory, down to the 47. So 2nd and 3 is Cody Richard and Craig Monin in on the tackle for the Wildcats. And Fort Loramie trying to keep a pretty good drive going. A big hole again for Max Hoyne. He gets a first down. Inside the 44s. Again, they keep the drive going. Trying to answer a Minster touchdown, which was a 25-yard pass and catch from Jacob Niemeyer to Trent Rechterman at the 4:21 mark, as we are now down under the final, 40 in the game clock. They'll have to get a snap off as the play clock's already down to 27 seconds and running. So the sun right now, if anything, would be in Fort Loramie's eyes as far as the offense looking down the field. They'll switch the field here, and Minster's defense will be looking at it as putting pressure on Colin Moore was number 70. Dylan Sharp kind of caused that pass, I think, Ron, to be poorly thrown.
Yeah, Sharp, a 6'3", 270-pound senior, came across the line almost untouched, put the pressure on Moore as he's ready to release it.
And stops the clock, 2nd down 10, 23 seconds to go as our First National Bank Think First scoreboard shows you. More time. Oh, that pass nearly picked off by, I think it was Rechterman, number 19.
Yeah, he was right there, broke on the ball, and if he catches that, he's off to the races. Nothing but green grass in front of him.
It's a long horizontal pass, almost like a cross-court pass in basketball. If you throw it and you don't have a lot of zip on it, there's not a lot of good things that will happen if you don't catch it, and that was almost 6 the other way.
Yeah, I'm sure when that was halfway there, he wished he had a string on, could bring that back.
So good read by Rechterman. He just misses a pick 6. 18 seconds to go, 3rd down 10. There's motion by the Redskins. A false start will push it back 5 yards. Put it back to the 48-yard line. You'll have some of that. We've already seen quite a few penalties now. You always have them, it seems like, but you can say, well, this is the first official night, Friday night. People are here. It's different than a scrimmage. It's different than your practices. Everyone wants to make a big play and help the team, and sometimes you just jump too soon, and that costs your team 5 yards in this case. Moore, again, time right down the middle of the field. Mesher can't come down. It would have been short of the first down and kind of lands kind of awkwardly. And he will He will get up. He kind of landed, I felt, not right. But,
yeah, on the defense that time was Gabe Phillips, 6 foot, 180-pound senior.
On the stop, so fourth down. Second punt of the game by Sam Barhorst. Barhorst, 6-foot junior. Second time he's punted tonight. Still 12 seconds. This final minute of this first quarter, I should say, is really taking some time with some incomplete passes and penalties. And that punt inside the 20. We'll get a Fort Laramie bounce inside the 5, maybe inside the 10, I should say. So good punt by Sam Barhorst, and Wildcats with just 5 seconds to go. We'll keep it here. We'll take possession again on their own 10-yard line. Third drive now for Minster. The first one was the interception by Damon Moore. The second one was a touchdown pass and catch, Niemeyer to Rechterman. And that's where we stand with the missed extra point. So 5 seconds to go in the first quarter.
We're in a running formation now, just one receiver out wide left.
And
here comes Rechterman onto the field. He's going to be the second receiver out wide.
They get the snap off, up the middle handoff. Schmittmeyer, and that will do the end of the first 12 minutes here at Minster. We'll take a break and come back with the second 12-minute quarter here at NKTelco Sports.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports and Grand Lake Health as the Wildcats win quarter number 1, 6-0. As you get a look there at the Minster Pep Band. But Ron, a decent quarter, some good plays by both teams, but Minster capitalizes, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I had Minster 5 of 6 passing, 74 yards, and rushing 40 yards for the Fort Laramie Redskins. 4 of 8 passing, 65 yards, 23 yards rushing.
So now Minster's offense will go from east to west, and nice pass and catch, and some yards after the catch as Rechterman caught it about at the line of scrimmage and able to maneuver his way from about the 12 down close to the first down mark of about the 17-yard line. Minster is in its 71st season of high school football. They've had 16 head coaches, and they've made the playoffs 17 times. And of those playoff appearances, they've made the state, or appeared at the state, the Final Four 5 times, winning it 3 times and was runner-up once.
At that time, Niemeyer bobbled the snap, but just got control of it in time for the handoff, and they pick up the first down.
First down carry by, taking a look out of here as Wildcats line enough room for Schmittmeyer to get the first down. Now the ball out on the 22. So 71 years of football at Minster, 16 head coaches, 17 playoff appearances, and of course the 5 state appearances, with some of them coming very recently in I think 17, 16, and 14, and then way back in 88 and 89, I think are my years that Minster was also at state winning it in 89. So second down. Boy, it'd be nice for the Fort Laramie Redskins if they could hold the Wildcats here with the ball kind of deep in their own territory to force a Minster punt. Pass caught at the 25, and good tackling. Nick Brandaway there, number 4. Also number 21 on the play, Nate Meyer. And I think Sager, 45, was also in there, so 3 men bring down the Minster Wildcat receiver, brings up third down. And I talked about the defense for the Redskins, Ron. Here's that chance. You're going to get Minster off the field if you can stop them before the line to gain.
Right, a big third down play here for the Redskins. They get the ball back then after a punt, probably in pretty good field position if they can stop them here.
So Niemeyer with plenty of time, or I should say clock winding down to 5, takes a snap. Looks for Rectorman, finds him, but deflected, and on the defense there was number 15, Mark Sager. I don't know if he deflected it, but he was there to harass Rectorman, and Minster not able to convert it. Don't think it would have been enough for a first down if Rectorman would have been caught and tackled, but the Redskins defense, Ron, I think did a nice play there, force a much needed punt.
Definitely. Now they're going to get the ball somewhere around the 35, 40 yard line probably after this punt. Maybe they can have a little bit of return, get them in better field position than that.
Trent Rectorman, 19, will do the punting for the Wildcats. Pretty high, decent kick. Fielded at the 35-yard line by Mesher. And he gets about a 7-8 yard return. And that is where Fort Laramie will begin on the Minster 43, 42-yard line.
And Fort Laramie, they've only had 2 plays, 10 yards or more. Both of them have been the passing route. 2 of them, one for 44 and one for 10. Their longest run has been 7 yards.
Moore keeps it, gets around a Minster defender, but he's strung out, no way to make the corner, and he actually loses a yard. Or maybe right back to the line of scrimmage. Clayton Purvis in on the stop, number 74 for the Wildcats, is no gain.
Pretty much you saw Minster run that same formation, same play, and Niemeyer with a good job of ball handling. That time the fake really wasn't that close to the runner, so didn't fool anybody and got thrown down for a yard loss.
Everyone from Minster kind of played their roles and then held their assignments and strung it out. And here's a pass catch, spin move. Not a lot of yards, but Mark was able to get about a 4-yard pickup from the 42 to the 46. I mentioned Minster in their 71st year of football. Fort Laramie new to this. They've only been doing this for 15 seasons. They've had 4 head coaches. They've been to the playoffs 9 times. And their lone state Final Four appearance was last year. We talked about that early on. They lost to Macomb, who eventually won Division VII. 15 seasons of Fort Laramie football. 4 head coaches. Seger breaks a couple of tackles and says Max Hoy. So the Wildcats had a chance to stop him behind the yard to gain, but Hoy with a strong run gets a big first down into Wildcat territory.
That was a big time run. When he caught that ball and turned, there were like 4 or 5 Wildcats waiting on him.
About a 13-yard pickup. Coach Spencer Wells mentioned earlier, he's had a lot of experience with some good programs. Marion Local, Walpock, a couple of those high style or good high school football programs he's been a part of. David Mesher, remember he fell down our last series trying to catch a ball, kind of got up slow, but good to see that he appears to be okay as they pick up 4 more yards, ball down to the 37. Timeout on the field by officials. Timeout, I think.
I think Damon Mesher's down.
Cramping up. So let's stay right here, and I'll let Ron go through our sponsors.
Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwieterman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail. Keys to the game were brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replays brought to you by Winners Meats. And the player of the game will be brought to you by NKTelco. And the scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank.
Well, thank you, Ron, and thank you again to those sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And tonight it's high school football. I was going to say Division 7. Minster actually moves up to Division 6 this year as Max Hoyne pushes forward over the 35-yard line. Short gain, but remember Minster, as I mentioned just now, they go to Division 6 this year. Fort Loramie stays in Division 7.
Yeah, as far as MAC is concerned, Anna went from Division 5 to Division 6.
So they're in the same division now with Minster.
Right.
It's always kind of still unique that the 1 year as Max Hoyne is stopped for no gain, brings up 4th down, but it was a couple years ago where the MAC won a title in Division 7, 6, and 5.
Yeah. Also in Division Anna, Coldwater, Fort Recovery, Minster, Parkway, Henry. Division 7, Marion Local, New Bremen, and Delta St. John's.
Should just spread out now in 2 divisions. Fort Loramie, Ron, playing this year, am I correct, still in the cross-county conference?
Right, until I think it's 2021, that conference disbands.
4th down, they need 3, there's a fumble. Didn't get the 1st down, and it's recovered by the Wildcats, so nonetheless, a turnover on downs, and the Wildcats defense comes up with a big play. Take another look at it here. Max Hoyne
got his helmet right on that ball, flipped it up in the air.
13 for the Wildcats, caused a fumble by Brian Falk. Now the Wildcats recovered it, got tripped up, but still they would have got it anyways, but a good tackle by Brian Falk for the Wildcats, and the Minster offense now a little bit of momentum now to try to go to work with the ball on their 35-yard line.
Yeah, Fort Loramie was moving that ball in that possession until that turnover. Those turnovers. 1 each now. 1 for Fort Loramie, 1 for Minster.
Schmidtmeyer off right tackle for about 3. Moves it to the 38. Minster, as mentioned earlier, in this 18th meeting, owns the 13-4 mark over the Redskins. The first meeting for these 2 schools was in 2005, and they've played the opener every year since. So also have met 3 times in postseason action. Fort Loramie's last win was in 2013. As I mentioned before, Garen Stokes, that's his first season. They also beat Minster in 2010, 9, and 7. As Niemeyer scrambles, throws into a congested area. I thought maybe someone got a hand on it, falls incomplete. Dead ball, clock starts already. It's already down to 33 seconds, so that's how quick it goes.
Yeah, we mentioned Anna went from Division 5 to Division 6. Marion Local went from Division 6 to Division 7. So Marion Local and Minster flipped divisions.
3rd down, 7.
And I think I read somewhere where they've never been in the same division.
Who's that, Minster?
Minster and Marion Local.
3rd down and 7. Niemeyer, Schmidtmeyer, but he won't get enough. number 40, Noah Giozzi. Nice job by Giozzi, the senior linebacker, because that forces now a 4th and short. And it's going to force Minster to punt.
Right. So Fort Laramie, well, the last possession they got on about the 35. This time it'll be about 10 yards farther back.
Rechtman will punt. Mesher will return. 4:44 left here in the second quarter. Nice high punt. That'll give the defenders a chance to get down the field. Fielded on about the 14. Mesher across the 20 up to the 22. And that's where they will start on their own 22.
So we'll see what the Redskins can do here in the final 4 minutes and 31 seconds of the second quarter.
Just a one-possession game right now. That touchdown came way back at the 4:21 mark of the first quarter. That was a Jacob Niemeyer to Trent Rechtman 25-yard pass for a touchdown. And
New Bremen 27, 8 of 7. Elida 12.
Both these teams I mentioned lost obviously some players. You always lose seniors to graduation, but some key players back. Both teams with their starting quarterbacks back, and both had fine seasons last year. Here's Colin Moore looking for room and will not get it. He is tackled by 72. Greg Monin. Nice job getting in on the Redskins quarterback.
The Minster defense has done a very good job here in the second quarter against the run, holding Fort Laramie to only 6 yards on 4 attempts.
Fort Laramie had the big pass and catch. I think it was Ruenkamp early in the first quarter. Other than that, they've not had many big plays. Damon Mesher, not a big play, but a nice play. They gain 9, get out near the first down marker. Well, about 7, I guess. They get out to the 30. Still 2 yards short.
3rd and 4.
Scoreboard shows 3 timeouts each. Didn't someone take a timeout?
Yeah, Fort Laramie took a timeout in the first quarter.
Keep that in mind as we wind down to the final minutes here of the first half. Fort Laramie won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Fumble. Taking another look at that. I'm not for sure who caused it. We'll take a good look here and learn a lot.
His knee was very close to being down.
Brandewie.
Nope. There it goes.
Connor Albers, number 10, forced it. And we'll keep rolling here. I couldn't quite see who came up with it, but Colin Albers definitely got a hand in there, forcing the fumble. Good defensive play by the 5'11 junior. And boy, a tough break for the Redskins. You hate turnovers anytime, but when you give it up right in your enemy's backyard.
So good opportunity here for the Wildcats.
Fort Laramie will take a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them as well as you're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us!
Coach Wells calls a timeout. I think he wants to make sure his defense is ready. You know, it's a bang-bang play. You don't expect the turnover. It happens. Minster's fired up, and you hate to give up a big play right off of a turnover. So he takes a timeout. They now have 1 left, so that's what the board shows now, and wants to make sure his defense is going to call upon them, Ron, to do a tough task here, and that's keep the Wildcats out of the end zone.
Yeah, so far they've bent, but they haven't broke. Just the one, gave up the 1 touchdown there in the first quarter.
Minster would like nothing more than to get a score right before halftime and go in with some momentum. Niemeyer keeps it. Downfield is it Rechterman? No, it's Falk, maybe 13. And broken up by 26, Hank Ruenkamp. So good defensive play by Hank Ruenkamp.
Excellent play by Ruenkamp. Caught up with the ball stride for stride and reached out, knocked the ball down.
Ruenkamp had a catch earlier in the game, a big reception. This time he becomes the defender and uses receiving skills. There's just right in the path line of the football, knocking it down, creating now 2nd down 10 from the 30. Schmidtmeyer falls forward for 4.5 yards. So 3rd down. You got to think Minster now has 2 plays to get a 1st down.
You'd almost have to look for a pass if you're the Redskins. Although the Wildcats are in a position to go for 4.
Ron, I spotted another Baker Mayfield, number 6 jersey in the crowd.
They're all over the place.
What's the over and under? You think there's more or less than 10 Baker Mayfield jersey?
More.
Nice to see that as fans are very well hyped up for this game as Niemeyer keeps it.
Another nice job.
Yeah, getting a look at that again. I mean, both players, whether he handed off or whether he kept it, there was nothing working for it. LORAMIE was right in on that. And that'll create a 4th down. Didn't quite catch who made the tackle for the Redskins, but well read. And nice defensive play. 4th down. Clock running, 1:45. There you get a good look. 4th down, 6 to go. Ball on the 26. Niemeyer, good protection. Open receiver is Rechterman. And that's a 1st down to the 9-yard line. Nice pass and catch, 17-yard pickup. Much needed 4th down.
So the clock stops on the 1st down. Now it starts.
Another look at it here as Rechterman finds a crease, and we'll go back to live action here as Schmidtmeyer, not much working, and he falls down near about inside the 6. Nick Brandewee on the stop for the Redskins. Minster, all 3 timeouts left for them, so they're no problems there with the clock. They've got 3 timeouts.
Plenty of time. They don't want to score too early in this case.
It would be nice for them. They would like to see zeros are very close on that board. But first things first, they would like to get the points on the board as they stumble down to the 5-yard line. They will take a timeout. So we will take a timeout as well with 44 seconds to go in the half. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a 3rd-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Grand Lake Health presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports tonight. Thank Grand Lake Health for this presentation as we have week 1 football. Ohio High School opens up everywhere tonight. Everyone is in week 1. Everybody plays a 10-game schedule for the most part, and then week 11 postseason begins. But far away from that are we right now, and the weather obviously will be a lot different as we get to week 10, but tonight, perfect.
Perfect, yep. I would say it's in mid-70s right now.
I'd say it's perfect. So, big play here for the Cats, 3rd down and 5. Redskins defense also needs to tighten up. Niemeyer keeps it, eludes would-be tackler, but falls forward down to the 3. So
64, Blake Holdhouse for the Redskins.
Blake Holdhouse, senior defensive lineman, able to keep Niemeyer away from the goal line as it is now 4th and 5. 18 seconds, 17, clock
they're
running.
going to let the clock run down, then they'll call timeout.
So they're going to make this basically the last play of the half. I think we'll keep it. I don't know if they will call a timeout. I don't think they would kick a field goal. Would you think?
I don't know just how much trust you have in your kicking game.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more exciting, if you will, in high school.
Missed the extra point.
Yeah. Missed the extra point, but these are not automatic. So you got to feel what your best percentage is, and
I got a feeling they're going to go for it because they're huddling up there.
Yes,
I'm not sure you'd huddle up for a field goal.
So big play here for both teams. I mean, a chance here for the Redskins to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone. Go into halftime only trailing by a score. You get the ball to open to the third quarter, and you avoid or don't let the Wildcats capitalize on that turnover you gave them, which started this drive at the 30-yard line. Minster would like nothing more, though, to capitalize and pick a play that they feel most comfortable with right now. With just 1 second left, so barring some sort of a penalty on the defense, this is it in the first half.
Maybe some kind of a rollout pass option play.
And there'll be another timeout. So we'll take a timeout with them. This one taken by Fort Loramie. We'll be back with the final second in the second quarter here on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Grand Lake Health Systems, welcome back here to Minster as we're waiting for the much anticipated final play of the first half, as both teams now have exhausted timeouts. And Fort Loramie this time, maybe you look and see the formation of Minster, and then you kind of
that's what they did. They looked at the formation that Minster was in, and then they called timeout and make an adjustment. They're hoping Minster maybe takes their second choice instead of their first choice, and we'll find out. But it looks like the same formation, probably the same play that they called before.
Yep. So Niemeyer gets the snap, reverse, open. Niemeyer, they trade favors. This time a 3-yard pass from Rechterman to Niemeyer.
We talked about Baker Mayfield. That's the play the Browns won. That's the play the Philadelphia ran in the Super Bowl. The Browns ran it on a Thursday night against the Jets. And here we see it in Minster, Ohio.
Well disguised or well-run play, and Fort Loramie just what do? You just get caught off balance, and you're not expecting it. Minster executes it well, and on for the extra point this time again will be Brian Falk, and this one is good. So a 13-0 lead the Wildcats will take into halftime. A touchdown for them in each of the quarters, and the last one, a big one there as Rechterman hits Niemeyer, and Falk cashes in for the 13th point of the half for the Wildcats. 2 12-minute quarters are in the books here at Minster. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have halftime stats and the second half here on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community. with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiedemann Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome to NK Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We're at halftime here with the Redskins and the Wildcats doing battle. Minster on top 13-0 over Fort Loramie with our first half stats. Here's Ron Cruzy.
For the Fort Loramie Redskins, they had 117 total yards compared to 166 for the Minster Wildcats. Yards rushing, that battle went to the Wildcats 58-29. Passing yards, 108 for the Wildcats, 88 for the Redskins. 3 penalties for Fort Loramie and only 1 penalty for Minster. Turnovers, 2 turnovers for the Redskins and 1 for Minster, and those 2 turnovers for the Redskins were big ones.
Well, the last one especially, they coughed it up on the Minster 30-yard line, or their own 30-yard line. Minster then scored that touchdown on the Rectorman to Niemeyer pass at the half, and so that one definitely the Wildcats capitalized on, and be interested to see once now how that parlays. The scoring summary was pretty easy. In the first quarter, Jacob needed a 25-yard pass to Trenton Rectorman. The PAT was missed. Wildcats lead 6-0. Then in the second quarter, the final play of the quarter, Trent Rectorman threw a 3-yard pass to Jacob Niemeyer. PAT was good by Falk, and that's where we stand 13-0. And that's where we will start now. I said earlier, the Redskins of Fort Loramie won the toss to start the game. They deferred, and they will receive here now in the third quarter, so that's good for them. At least they get the ball back and a chance to make a statement. Their offense, they've had some moments of some good stuff, but more times than not, it wasn't, the best. Minster's defense kind of dominated for the most part, or most sorts of snaps that were taken. But, Fort Loramie still in business here. Definitely some time to make up the difference.
Yeah, they only had 29 yards rushing there in the first half, so Minster did a real nice job against the run. So you'd look for Fort Loramie, if they're going to catch up in this ball game, I think they're going to have to do it through the air.
Ryan Falk, number 13, boots it, and it will go out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty. In fact, that might have been, that was a penalty the same way the game started. I think Fort Loramie kicked it out.
Yep, so the ball will go to the 35-yard line.
So the Redskins, again, need to put together some first down, some consistency on offense, keep the ball in their possession, and try to get a score in the end zone. Colin Moore, the quarterback, he wears number 3, and again, had a good year last year as well. Not only throwing the ball, but he also ran for, I think, just under 800 or right around 800 yards rushing, and scored some touchdowns as well, did Moore. And the first play is a Moore run and kind of stymied there for a 1-yard gain.
So they start the half with a quarterback keeper. Pick up 1 yard, be 2nd and 9 for the Redskins.
Craig Monin, 72 for the Wildcats on a stop. Yeah, last year Moore ran for 810 yards and 17 rushing touchdowns. Also threw for 1,800 yards with 21 throwing touchdowns. Keeps it, lobs it down the middle, open receiver, Damon Mesher, foot race. And just like that, from the 36-yard line, Colin Moore, 61 yards, I believe it was.
64.
64 yards to Damon Mesher, much needed play.
Boy, he beat everybody. He had a 5-yard head start out there when he caught the ball.
Take another look at it here. Moore with the ball. Mesher just left your screen. There he is. Found a seam and foot race.
There's 4 Wildcats chasing him, but nobody's going to get him.
Good start to the third quarter by the Fort Laramie Redskins. On for the PAT. Colin Moore, number 3, will do the kick.
Oh, looked like it was partially blocked, but it made its way over the goalpost.
More of the kick, and it gets enough of it. So 13-7 your score with 11:18 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports, presented by Lake Health Systems. Fort Laramie Redskins, their first score of the season. It took them a couple quarters, but they get it, and they get it in a big way. A home run ball, a 64-yard pass and catch. Colin Moore to Damon Mesher.
Yeah, so far they've had 2 big pass plays, one in the first quarter of 44 yards, and this one, the biggest of all, is 64-yard TD.
Hank Gruenkamp was that recipient on the first one of 44. Kick fielded, 20 or inside the 20. Schmidtmeyer out to the 30. And that is where the Cats will start. Now they scored right before half, as I mentioned, on a little bit of a trick play. Called the, what did the Philadelphia Eagles call it? The Philly Deluxe or something?
Yeah, I don't know, Philly Special maybe?
Yeah, could be. And then the Browns also ran it last year. Kind of end around, and the quarterback snuck out to the right side. Rechterman got it, saw him, and Niemeyer was wide open. All he had to do was make sure he didn't drop it, and he secured it for the, at that time, 12th point. And Brian Falk, or Adam Falk, Brian Falk backed on the PAT. At that time, 13-0, now 13-7. Niemeyer, hands off. Not much running room at all for Schmidtmeyer. Max Hoyen in on the stop. And also number 58, Connor Ratterman, part of that stop against the running game up front, or for the Fort Laramie Redskins.
You know, it is, you get a play like that and you want to run it sometime and it never presents itself. A situation doesn't. And boy, a perfect spot for it tonight.
Schmidtmeyer, a little bit of more room this time. Out near the 35, not quite, giving a 34. Max Hoyen in on a stop, and it'll bring up now a big 3rd and 5. Remember that Minster second touchdown of their game came following a fumble by the Fort Laramie Redskins that gave the Wildcats good field position right at the 30. So short field to work for the second score. So important play here for both squads. The Wildcats would like nothing more than to get at least 6 and move the chains. Niemeyer across the middle, number 80. Luke Riplow. Nice pass and catch for the 6'5 junior, much needed.
A 12-yard gain there on that pass. Again, good balance on the offense by the Wildcats. 2 runs, 1 pass. Good execution.
So new set of downs. And there's Brendan Barhorst. Brendan Bornhorst, not much going over there on the left side. It will stay 2nd down and 10.
Nice play there by that defender. I didn't catch his number, but he came off the block to make that tackle. Excellent job by him.
Coach Spencer Wells in his 2nd season, again, came in his 1st season, led his team to the state semifinal game. Same play maybe on the other side. This time they hit Brendan Bornhorst down to the inside to 46. They will cross the midfield stripe and get down to the 46. 3rd and a long 2.
Just short passes outside and the blocker out in front and trying to get the yardage on the outside, just like a running play.
Niemeyer keeps it, eludes a couple runners. 1st down carry and inside to 35, down to about, give him the 35. So good run, yards by Niemeyer. He had some nice footwork
feet
there, very much so.
Quick feet. Nice looking quarterback there. Ball handling's good.
Before that, he eluded some defenders. So up there by Jacob Niemeyer. Replays are being brought to you tonight by Winners Meats. Thank you for that, as Brendan Bornhorst inside screen. Another positive gain of about 4 yards, down to the 32.
Yeah, there are some kids that are quick but not fast. There's some that are fast, not quick. He's both quick and fast.
So the Wildcats on the move right now, trying to answer back to the big scoring drive or the scoring play by the Redskins. And Niemeyer takes it inside the 25 down to the 24, 8 yards on that carry. And right now the Wildcats really efficient on offense. Everything's been positive here lately for their offense.
And they're in good tempo right now for them. Just get to the line of scrimmage and run the play.
On a stop there by the Redskins, number 15, Mark Seger, grabbed him by the ankles, didn't let him get much more than he needed. So Fort Laramie defense going to have to come up with some big plays here. They're going to have to do it about 3 more times to try to stop the Minster momentum. There's a whistle.
Injured Redskin.
Injured Redskin. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with more action here on NKTelco Sports.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. This is the 18th meeting between the Redskins of Fort Laramie and the Wildcats of Minster. Minster leads the all-time series 13 wins to 4 losses. The last Fort Laramie win was in Coach Garen Stokes' first season at Minster. That was 2013. Other wins by the Redskins against the Wildcats came in 2010, 9, and 7. So the Wildcats have dominated the series of late, and not only have they won the opening game since 2014, they've also beaten them a few times in the playoffs during that stretch, I think twice. So
the injured player for the Redskins was Max Hoyne, junior linebacker for.
In the play before, maybe it was that same one. He I noticed he was down on the ground, so maybe he was cramping up then and just couldn't get rid of him. So hopefully he can walk it out. Niemeyer, pump fake. did not evidently see a charging Damon Mesher, again, number 22.
He was
Mesher
very
had
close to being intercepted. He could have gone a ways.
Take a
But he
good look
threw.
at it here. Hopefully, again, we'll see it full or in a replay, sponsored by Winners Meats.
You'll see the safety come in right in front of the receiver there, almost picked it off.
And that would have been an adventure. So 3rd down 9. Fort Laramie's defense trying to get a stop. Niemeyer looking for some positive yards here for his squad as they try to get a 1st down. And they score. Bubble screen out to the left side. And that's Brendan Bornhorst down to about the 20. 4th down and 5. Minster scored their go-ahead or their 2nd touchdown on 4th down right before the half as well. So
they'll probably be going forward here.
Yes, 4th down 5. Ball rest on the 20. So that's a 37-yard field goal. Not that common in Division 7. Do you have a kicker, or even Division 6, that's that consistent? They'd rather try it on their own with their offense. Niemeyer rolls. Pass is called right at the 10 by Reckerman, maybe just inside the 11.
Nice throw and catch there.
Trent Reckerman, 6'2" target.
Not much room there. He's very well covered.
Almost was deflected by Redskin number 15, nearly in on this Mark Sager. Didn't miss it by much. New set of downs. And the Wildcats can get a 1st down inside the 1, but Niemeyer will get it all the way down to about the 3-yard line. A good 1st down push by Niemeyer, and the Wildcats knocking on the door. Clock running 5:25 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, 5:25 left in the 3rd quarter, and Fort Laramie's only run 2 plays.
Yeah, the Minster has consumed a lot of clock. Remember, there's been a lot of quick hitting passing, not a lot of incompletions. Everything's been staying in bounds, so the clock has been rolling. Minster's consuming a lot of time. Here's a whistle. Timeout will be taken by Fort Laramie. So we'll take one and come back with more high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
Welcome back as Fort Laramie has taken their first time out of the 2nd half. They want to make sure, again, big defensive plays come up here, that their team is fresh and maybe some things to look for. Maybe the coaching staff, knows what Minster likes to do, although at the end of the 1st half, do you think they thought they would run the reverse? Don't know, but big play here for the defense of Fort Laramie. They got a tough task on hand.
Yeah, they want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing, everybody on the same page here. There's big possession.
2nd down and 3, not 10, but 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Schmidtmeyer in from 3 yards out. Alex Schmidtmeyer with the touchdown. Minster answers the Fort Laramie score with a drive and score of their own. A 3-yard rushing touchdown. Take another look at it here. And good blocking up front. We'll see who Schmidtmeyer follows.
Yeah, he'd have to be thinking maybe Niemeyer would hang on to it, but no, he hands it off. And Schmidtmeyer runs it in.
Kind of went right off the left side of the center. And hustling onto the field is 13, Brian Falk, to try the PAT. That's a long drive by the Wildcats, and Falk drills it through the uprise. The PAT is good. And your score now 20-7 in favor of the Wildcats.
So Minster comes back and answers the Redskins' touchdown with a touchdown of their own.
Yeah, it took a lot of time. A 6-minute drive.
Yeah.
Pretty nice execution. And like I said, it really was, you mentioned earlier, they played a good tempo, good pace. And you think, well, what do you mean by that? Well, they didn't have a lot of incompletions. They got chunk yards, good positive yards, right back to the line of scrimmage. You know, the only way Fort Loramie was going to stop it was if they were going to call a timeout, basically, and Fort Loramie didn't, and Minster just methodically worked it down the field.
And as soon as the play was over, they got back to the line of scrimmage. They were ready to go. Niemeyer's looking over to Coach Stokes and getting the play, and calls the play, and away they go. The play clock doesn't come into play at all for the Wildcats.
Back for the Redskins, Damon Mesher and also Mark Sager to receive the kick by Falk. And Colin Moore actually comes up with it across the 41-yard line.
Maybe one tackle away from busting that loose.
Nice return by the Redskins. And I thought that was, maybe it wasn't Moore. It might have been.
It's 41, I think.
Oh, Drew, was it number 2 that ran it back?
Yeah, they don't have a 41.
I thought it was number 2.
Number 2.
Drew Bonanza.
I don't know what I was looking at.
Well, he ran off, and I thought he was actually holding his left hamstring, so we'll see once if he tweaks something there. This is Colin Moore here. Yeah. The Wildcats stretch it out. Moore finally gets the corner now.
Flag.
A couple penalty markers after Moore gets about 4 yards. The call is hold. So a penalty will negate that 4-yard run and move it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So the ball was on the 41. Replay first down.
You could see it. It probably could have been a block in the back over there.
A couple guys saw it. It was pretty obvious that whatever it was, is when 2 guys see it, you got to believe it happened. And
yep.
So this is a tough start. Redskins, now 10 yards further back, trying to answer a Minster score to get it back to a 1-possession game. Screen, nice play. And nice move, Nick Brandewie. Fine running room all the way down inside the 30. Went from the 31 down to the 27 maybe. So inside the 30, we'll take another look at it here. He's nearly dropped it. That would have been a tragedy there. They couldn't have resulted in this nice run, and inside the 30, spot on the 29.
That was a 40-yard run there. That's their longest run from the line of scrimmage. Previously, it was 7 yards.
We'll see if Fort Loramie can ride the momentum now. They get a yard or so here on that first attempt. But boy, that was a, kind of a dreary begin to that drive with a penalty, and then they get the big run now. So now things looking positive for the Redskins, and they're going to have to score touchdowns here. Match the Wildcats. This clock continues to run as we approach the 3:33 mark of the third quarter. Second down and 8. Moore. Pass is intercepted. And that was intercepted by, I think, take another look at it here. Penalty against the Redskins will be declined. And with the interception, okay, help me out there, guys.
Could have been 47, 37.
So turnover committed by the Redskins after Adam Kentner. Thank you very much there. 47 for the Wildcats with a big interception. Adam Kentner following a big pass, or good, I should say, run play by Brandewie. Gives the Wildcats the ball back as we have an injured player down on the field. We'll take a short timeout and come back with more football here at NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Adam Kettner, good defensive play, gives his team the ball back at their own 19-yard line.
Kettner's a 5'9", 150-pound junior.
Right spot, right time. More importantly, held on to the ball. And a big play by the Wildcat defense. And Fort Loramie had built up some momentum and needed a score to kind of stay with the Wildcats. Now definitely want to keep the Wildcats from off the scoreboard here, trailing by 3 scores, but see if the defense of the Redskins can get a stop. Schmidtmeyer out across the 34-yard line. 15 yards on that run. And there's another Redskin down. So that'll stop the clock again. We'll keep it right here. I'll let Ron run through our sponsors.
Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Sweeterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Sweeterman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Secure, Com, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IGA, Wayne Trail. Keys to the Game was brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. The replays are brought to you by Winners Meats. The scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank, Think First. And the player of the game is going to be brought to you by NKTelco.
Mac Fortman, the injured Redskin, number 78, 6'1", 265-pound junior, appeared to have cramps, and he will hopefully return as he saw him run off the field. And a high snap brought down by Niemeyer, and it's Schmidtmeyer, I believe they're bottled up, nowhere to go. Good stop by the Redskins defensive line.
Ideally, what Minster wants to do now is control the ball, control the clock. Let the clock run, keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. They can do that with short passes.
That's what Minster would like to do, yeah. Evan Holscher on the stop there for the Redskins, but as much as Minster would like to keep the clock running, it's going to be up to the Redskins defense to try to get some stops here. Good play action fake there as Jacob Niemeyer held on to it. Schmidtmeyer took a beating in the backfield. Third down now as the ball moves up a few yards. 3rd and 6, ball rests on the 35. Or I'm sorry, on the 37. Niemeyer keeps it. We'll go out for a short yard gain. Here comes another big play with the ball on the 40. Redskins defense needs to get a stop here, and they were forced to punt. There was a good job. Have to realize the field position. Minster not going to go for it. Ron with the ball in this spot on the field, and the defense of the Redskins steps up, gets a stop. Trent Rectorman, he's punted the ball well. The few times we've seen him tonight, he's got a good foot on it.
Oh yeah, he gets a good height on the kick and good distance both.
Damon Mesher will await. He's the only receiver back. 10 Redskins approach the line, and they don't get a hand on it, but Mesher gets to field it. No blockers for Mesher, and 8 Wildcats land on Mesher at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, they introduced the Minster golf team at halftime. His punts look like a wedge shot.
Yeah, he hits it pretty nice. And he said he gets good distance. It's one thing to hit it high, but he also gets the best of both worlds. And yeah, the height lets your teammates get down there, and the length also pushes. It's a quality kick. So, ball's on a 39. I'd like to say the Redskins might have dodged a bullet there after they had the turnover the last drive. Minster not able to capitalize. So Colin Moore, 3 will come this way. The penalty flag is down.
Probably going to see another holding.
And they're explaining it to a couple Redskin linemen.
Yeah, that call comes from the defensive backfield there.
Yeah. Griffin Meyer was talking to the official. I mean, nothing bad, but the official was talking to him, I think, demonstrating or showing him what he saw.
Yeah. Looked like he was trying to convince him that he took his shirt and twisted him around a little bit.
And really that block, you know, considering the play flowed this way pretty quick, who knows if it affected it or not, but yeah, it's a penalty. But you don't know that maybe when the play happens what it is, but this backs the Redskins up again with the passing catch and positive gain by number 26, Hank Ruenkamp. So not a lot, but they did get some near. Now back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 2nd and 12 from the 38.
We're down to 40 seconds here in the third quarter.
Pretty fast moving third quarter, considering Minster and their scoring drive consumed 6+ minutes of game. So time becoming an issue here for the Redskins. Fourth quarter to go, but they got to get some offense gelling. In and out of the hands is Sam Barhorse, number 10. Another flag down on the field, I believe. Did someone? No, just incomplete pass. So that would have been a big gain, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
Moore bought some time, and Sam Barhorst found an opening, just didn't come up with the catch.
Right, they did everything right there, gave him plenty of time to throw the ball, did they, Moore? But Moore found the receiver and went right through his hands.
Pretty strong arm. He threw all the way, and 9 times out of 10, I believe Moore will come, or I'm sorry, Barhorse will come up with that catch. Just
I think he heard footsteps right behind him.
It's a little different than
one was his own player.
A friendly scrimmage. This one overthrown and intercepted. Kobe Richard, number 6. Cody Richard, 5'10" junior. Big defensive play. Another turnover against the Redskins.
That's 4 turnovers in the game for the Redskins. Only 1 for Minster. That's a big part of this ball game.
So the ball right on the 35-yard line. And that's where Minster will take over. So the defense for the Cats doing a nice job. You take away the big play that started the third quarter, the 64-yard touchdown pass Moore to Mesher. And the defense for the Wildcats has been very good. Final seconds of the third quarter. Schmidtmeyer likes what he sees across midfield, down to the 47. A good run, and that will end once the clock gets reset here, I'm thinking. End the third quarter. And the Wildcats will walk to their sideline, the Redskins to theirs. 3 12-minute periods are in the books. The Wildcats on top, 20-7 over the Redskins. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes here on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
12 minutes to go in this football game. The Wildcats on top by 13 points. Right now, the momentum in favor of the Wildcats. They've put together some nice plays here recently as you get a good look at the Wildcat student body section as the offense beginning to heat up a little bit for the Wildcats run as we begin the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'll see Minster more than likely keep the ball on the ground here, try to here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, see how far they can get.
Or throw it down the field. There's a penalty, a sack. So we'll see if there was a hold. There is against the Wildcats. And they might just decline that and take the penalty. That would be a loss of about 8 yards and bring up second down. But we'll let them decide that. There's a hold, and it's declined.
Yep.
Second down, 8. Missed. Maybe we have it on the replay. Did not catch the Redskin who was in on the sack.
A little surprising there, although it's beginning of the quarter. It's like right after a turnover also.
Home run.
Yeah, you go for it.
Catch them off guard, yep.
A little surprising, though, they put it up, tried to put it up in the air there.
Now the ball back on their 46. Nice run back across midfield. And that gets them past the original line of scrimmage, brings up third down 9, ball rests on the 46-yard line. Oh boy, I've said this once or twice already, the Redskins defense, this type of field position, I don't know if Minster would try to go for it on if they come up empty-handed. It probably depends on how many yards, but Redskins need to get a stop here against a 3rd and long. Force the Wildcats to punt. Niemeyer looking for Rectorman. Pass just out of their reach. They do not connect. Stops the clock at 10:53 and brings out the punting unit. So Rectorman will go back behind the line of scrimmage now and attempt probably his 3rd or 4th punt of the game. Maybe just short arm that attempt a little bit, did Rectorman. It's kind of tough to extend yourself going across the middle.
Yeah, they want to try to pin the Redskins down in their own territory down there. They have yet the whole game to sustain a drive, the length of the field. Their points have come off big passing plays.
Another pretty good kick. Fielded at the 7. Mesher tackled at the 21. So good punt by Rectorman. And Cody Richard, who had the interception last possession, part of that tackle there against Mesher on the punt return. So the Redskins offense, as you mentioned, Ron, the big play to start the half, a 64-yard touchdown, pass and catch from Moore to Mesher.
Now really just a 2-play drive.
Yes. So the offense with 10:44, your clock has to become part of the factor here. It seems like a lot of time, but when you haven't done a lot up until this point, it's like trying to score a bunch of points in the final minutes of a basketball game if you haven't scored many to begin with. It's hard to get your offense moving.
One thing in their favor is their offense is a quick hitting offense, striking type offense where it comes from big plays.
That pass would have been a nice gain, just out of the reach or off of the hands of Sam Barhorst. So that stops the clock. That would have been a big first down catch as the Redskins now will regroup and, again, get some sort of consistency here. Coach Spencer Wells in his 2nd season. I mentioned before that he has helped at Marion Local, Walpock, Salina, and Allen East. Also a member of the Delta St. John State Championship football team. More inside slant to Mesher, and he has dropped for about a 3-yard gain. So not what looked to be pretty promising turns out to be a short gain. 3rd down, long.
That time it looked like he had some blockers in there, but the Wildcats got through the blocks and made the tackle for a 3-yard gain.
I believe maybe 29. A.J. Heitkamp maybe got an arm in there to trip up Mesher, and then his teammates help finish them off as the clock continues to move as we approach the final 10 minutes here at Minster Memorial Field. Play clock down to 5, so Fort Loramie uses a lot of the clock. Moore wants a bunch. Got it. Caught at midfield.
A nice catch there.
Number 15 with the catch, Mark Seger from the 24 to the 48. So much needed. Take another look at it here. It looked like a good catch from our angle. Sager right down the middle, nearly deflected by the Minster defender. Quickly back to offense. They get it to Brandewee, and he muscles through for 12 yards inside Minster territory, down inside the 41. Now, good-looking drive here, and the clock will stop here as we've got an injured player. We've seen, this is Brandewee, appears to be like a cramp. He will pop up, though, and walk it off, so I'm not sure how they do this now. They bring the teams back.
They're going to let them huddle up.
So
I don't understand
nothing
that.
running. Game clock is stopped, and the play clock is off as well. So I think the crowd will arrest us like this is a free timeout for the Redskins.
Now he's motioned for the clock to start. There we go.
And they start at 25-second to play clock now since the ball was kind of dead. There was an odd thing that happened. So the play clock running out 15, 14 and counting. The Redskins.
That just disrupts their tempo,
Yeah.
They had something going there, and all of a sudden, you got a minute there, you're not doing anything.
Well, Moore gets out of bounds. Or no, they'll keep the clock winding down to the 37-yard line. Pick up a 4. Under 9 minutes to go. You mentioned in the Minster drive, their scoring drive, how much pace they had, and positive yards, get up line of scrimmage, go, go, go. Yeah, Fort Loramie, a little bit different style of offense here.
Yeah, it's taken them longer to get the play call in, first of all, and then every once in a while somebody goes down with the cramps or that just destroys the tempo.
This is number 21 with the ball carrier, Nate Meyer. We haven't called his number much. And really no gain. So again, clock running. Brings up now a 3rd down and 7. So after a pretty good consecutive plays, like you said, the cramp, the stop of the clock, the loss of pace, and now a good stop on 2nd down forces a 3rd and long for the Redskins. Got to say this is a must-score drive. Penalty. Was it delay of game?
I think we're going to have
no, false start.
False start, yeah.
Repeat 3rd down. That'll back it up 5 yards. Put it on the 42.
So that's 3 penalties on Loramie here in the second half. 2 turnovers. And for Minster, no penalties, no turnovers.
That only turnover they had came on their first drive.
Right.
Interception by Damon Mesher, and now we do have a timeout. So Fort Loramie has to take one. We'll take a timeout with them here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Timeout taken by the Redskins. They want to make sure things are right, but boy, they may need that timeout late in the game if they have to stop the clock. But right now, you won't have that needed unless you can score in this drive. So they're going to do what they think is right, get their players set. It's an important 3rd. 2 lines to gain. They're 3rd and 12. Long way to go.
Yeah, you would hope, if this was later in the season, that you wouldn't have to use that timeout. But being the first game and everything you want, it's a big play here, 3rd and 12. You want to get it right.
As the game winds down, it's a pretty critical play. Moore wants a bunch. Receiver downside. Knocked away by number 47, Adam Kettner. And Mark Sager was the intended
There's
receiver.
a late flag in the backfield thrown by the referee.
And I did not see it. Sideline warning against the Redskins. So does that mean somebody was on the field that wasn't supposed to be?
Well, I think they were just celebrating over there, and I think the next time they have to stay in at recess or something.
Okay. But he motioned against Fort Loramie. So
Yeah, Fort Loramie. But why would they? Yeah, I don't know why they'd be.
Unless they were on the field trying to look down and see if he caught it. I didn't really notice it, but it seemed like that was the warning. But yeah, recess might be in jeopardy now. So
and maybe a coach stepped out on the field.
True.
Maybe they thought it was interference or something.
I see. Yeah, it might have been a polite way to say, yeah, if they marked that it was a pass interference, that's a polite way of like saying you can't argue balls and strikes.
Now they're forced into another timeout.
Well, they will take their second, which is their last.
I think that's 3 timeouts.
Well, we'll keep it right here during this timeout, and I'll let Ron take over for a few seconds with our much-needed, important sponsors.
Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Apply Gym, Precision Strip, Sweeterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Sice, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, Secure Com, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IGA, Wayne Trail. Keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay sponsor is Winners Meats, and the scoreboard sponsor is First National Bank. At the end of the game, we'll be deciding on a player of the game, and that's brought to you by NKTelco.
Thank you again to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And tonight it's high school football between the Fort Loramie Redskins and the Minster Wildcats. 4th down, they need to come up with a catch. Smart play in the backfield, knocking the ball down. Brandon Bornhorst, why is it smart, Ron?
Because he could have easily caught the ball, but on 4th down it goes back to the line of scrimmage if it's incomplete. So a good smart play there, knocking the ball down, and they're going to get the ball back at the line of scrimmage instead of back on about the 20.
So that might be, what word do I want to use here, a phrase, the nail might be driven into the coffin a little bit, at least got started.
I would say it's been hit by the hammer at least once.
So a turnover on downs. I don't know if that's considered a turnover on downs. They give the ball to the Wildcats, a penalty.
Another flag. Delay a game. People are saying there's 2 left, so I think that they're going to pick that flag up.
I'm not real sure
They're
here.
Calling in the head referee here.
Do they have to call New York for this?
I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe the clock needed to be at 40 because it was only at 25. I don't know.
That was
it seemed
I was
quick.
surprised, yeah. They haven't needed it the whole game. I can't believe they would run it out there. Yeah, they're going to mark it off. No, they're not. I think they already marked it off, didn't they?
It's back 5 yards.
First penalty, well, I don't know what you mark that up to, but it's 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty. A ball's on the 37. And make it another loss as that puts it back to the 35. So
they're going the wrong way.
Yeah. See, of course, this might help the Fort Loramie Redskins. I mean,
they turned the play clocks off now.
Why?
so nobody can see.
I don't know. We mentioned. Did we mention it, or we talked about new rule this year? The clock starts at the end of the dead ball, the 40-second clock, versus it used to be you'd have to wait for a referee to mark the ball, and that was at their own discretion. They let the players then pile, grab the ball, wipe it off, mark it down, back away, wind the whistle. Now, and I don't know, back then though, I think it went to 25 seconds or maybe 30. Yeah. But now it's as soon as a play is basically blown dead, the operator is supposed to count one Mississippi and then turn it on, and then we go to 40 seconds. The one Mississippi might be added on. I don't know.
I really haven't noticed a big difference there, other than the fact you don't see the referee wind the clock all the time.
And there could be some officials that if you delay it every play by 4 or 5 seconds, you shorten the game somewhat. So I don't know if that's part of it, but anyhow, that's one of the rule changes that I'm aware of in high school football. That was an ugly series of offense by the Wildcats, as that will bring up 4th down. So the Redskins get a break. Now, we said earlier, was a nail starting to be driven into the coffin? Don't know. A big play here because Minster didn't really do anything there. They lost yards.
But they took some time off the clock.
They took some off, a couple minutes. Although Fort Loramie out of timeouts. So, a bad snap here or a block kick. That would be what Fort Loramie would be hoping for. Rectorman's been good all night.
This is almost a must score if you're Loramie.
And quickly. So Rectorman all back by himself. I should say Mesher back by himself, and pretty good kick. At the 30, Mesher fields, and really no protection, and gets it up to 37. And that is where Fort Loramie will start. So 5:17 left, not a lot of time, considering they need the ball to score twice with no timeouts. And Minster, like you said, would be very content, I believe, on their defense. Give you yards, but keep you in bounds. Nothing gets behind you. Everything stays in front. So we'll see once at Fort Loramie, can speed it up a little bit here. Easier said than done when you're dealing with high school kids. It seems easy, but, a lot going on. Sager with the catch, and that's a 1st down, so that's what they need. Good start. The clock will stop momentarily as they move the chains, and Fort Loramie right back up. I like this from the Fort Loramie perspective. They're going right at it.
Yeah, it was a nice short pass, and it doesn't have to be a long one right away.
And it basically took 7 seconds from when they spotted the ball until they got the next snap off. Now here, not a great big gain, but another cramp maybe down here on Sager, number 15. He's down on one knee. Boy, you just want to keep him healthy, as Sager will struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. There he is, number 15. So 2nd and 6.
And the clock's running.
Yep.
And they're not set up yet.
Brandewie hustles off the field. Moore. Open receiver. Colin Moore with a completion to Damon Mesher, and that gets it down to the 31. So 11-yard, I believe, pass and catch. So ball on the 31, clock stopped momentarily at 4:16. I should say it's running again. Must-need scoring drive here by the Redskins. Be nice. Well, Mesher turned it up and in. It'd almost be better, one, if he knocked the ball down or tried to get out of bounds, because
and that's hard to do.
It's hindsight. You hate to not say don't catch it, but try to have an awareness. If you get it, maybe if nothing else, just stop the clock. Give your team a break, can kind of regroup. Clock whittles down now inside of 3:45. And that one will stop the clock. His intended receiver was number 19,
a little bit
Kevin
of
Plyman.
Miscommunication there between Moore and the receiver.
So 3rd and 9. Ball sits right on the Minster 30-yard line. Minster, I don't think there's been a ball snapped inside the Minster. No, not snapped. Fort Loramie's not having really taken a snap this deep into Minster territory.
Yeah, that's true.
So the big play was a scoring pass play. Moore being chased, going to have a tough time throwing, needs a block. penalty.
Flags, all 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 flags.
And maybe it could be ineligible. There's 3 guys. There's 1 in the backfield too, and 3 like at the line of scrimmage. So a whole lot of laundry on the field. Giving pursuit was number 72, Craig Monin, and he was chasing Moore kind of to his wrong direction. Moore really was not running towards the LORAMIE bench, trying to throw right-handed is tough.
I think everybody that had a flag threw it except 1.
Well, here we go. Guy in the white hat's who we need, ineligible, downfield.
Interference against Minster. And
Roughing
intentional grounding on LORAMIE.
No.
I can't believe that. There's a chop block.
Okay.
Have you ever seen all that?
It's their first game too. I don't know. We'll see once here. It's
he said offsetting.
He gave the intentional grounding, and I think he meant roughing. He didn't say roughing the passer.
He meant a chop block, I think.
Okay. Well,
we need him mic'd up, don't we?
There he's doing something.
Man downfield, defensive pass interference, personal foul, roughing the passer.
Wow, roughing the passer in there too.
Nothing, so nothing ever happened. We'll just do it again. Jump ball. Do-over. 3rd down, 9. Clock still at 3:31. That stays where it's at. Nice pass and catch. Sager, that ball was thrown before Sager turned. It looked like it. You can see a good angle from it. From this angle as they get a much needed first down, ball down to the 19.
There was some good timing there. He
Take
threw
a look
that ball
at it here.
before the receiver turned.
We'll have a great look at it here. Watch top of your screen. Yeah, that ball was thrown. The next pass incomplete. So clock stopped. 2nd down, 10. Is Ruenkamp the intended receiver?
2nd and 10.
So LORAMIE knocking on the door. Here's a chance you can easily go get a shot as Rechterman knocked that last pass play up. Take some shots at the end zone.
And this is where they're out of timeouts.
Not for sure if the official is going to say something again. It looks like he's going to. Motion something. For some reason they're hovered over the ball. Now they back it up and everyone's playing as there are 3:10 left. End zone. Pass broken up by number 47, Adam Kettner. We've called his number a couple times tonight on defense.
47, Adam Kettner.
As the intended receiver, Kevin Plyman. Plyman's a big, tall receiver. He's 6'7". You like to get it to him just up in the air where he can use his size. He's 6'7", so
yeah, that was
Kettner,
a little underthrown there.
Kettner's 5'9", so almost, there's 10 inches there. If you get the ball up, Plyman has the ability almost to rebound it, if you will, before the DB can knock it away. 3rd down. Moore keeps it, finds Brandewee left side. Near a first down. That'll stop the clock inside the 10-yard line. Clock running under 3 minutes. Take another quick look at it here as the Redskins are in hurry up. Good design play, good throw. Brandewee, they would say, is held short. No timeouts, so Fort LORAMIE's going to do this on their own. No timeouts, big play here. Moore being chased. Will run. He'll be stood up right about the 3-yard line. It'll be a first down, but the clock continues to run. Again, there, he's trying for the touchdown, but boy, if you think you're not going to get it, get out of bounds, but easier said done than to do. First down, ball on inside the 5. Give it what, Ron, the 3 maybe?
I think it's 3. Possibly the 2.
We'll call it the 2.5. It's really the 3 because they haven't got to the 2 yet since we're going this way. So ball on the 3. Colin Moore, open receiver, penalty markers are down.
Colin Moore for touchdown
Catching it right now is Drew Bonanza.
Holding.
Wipe that off as a penalty will go against. Touchdown will be good. I'm sorry.
So they defensive holding, so
Gotcha.
they decline that. So it puts 6 more points up there for the Redskins, 20-13 with the PAT coming.
2 minutes even. 20-13. So a nice drive. It took a little bit of time, but the Redskins got what they needed. That's a touchdown. PAT is number 3, Colin Moore. I think holding is at number 26.
Yes.
Hank Ruenkamp as the holder. So the penalty against the Wildcats declined. And 7-point gap right now. Moore will try to make it 6. Line drive is missed. It stays 7. And the penalty, for what we're being told now, will be assessed on the kickoff. So keep that in mind. We'll keep it here. Instead of kicking off from they usually kick off from the 40, you might be able to kick off from the 50. So if you do an onside kick, you're a little bit closer.
Wow.
Because I think they said they're going to assess.
It was declined.
Yeah, but I thought the PA announcer just said they were going to assess it over on the kickoff.
Oh,
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I would doubt that. But
well, I've seen that before, though. Sometimes even in the NFL, they get, like why do they get the penalty and the result of the play?
Yeah, you're right. They're marking it off. Not a kick from the 50. Yeah.
Now, either way, whether they're kicking from the 40 or the 50, they need to recover. I think it's got to be an onside kick. With no timeouts
with
left.
no timeouts, you got to kick it onside and hope you get it.
So,
and if you get it, then the penalty helps them.
Yeah, you get a free 30 feet. So, game not over. We talked a little bit ago that maybe the nail was being driven into the coffin, but
it comes down to this kick.
Yep.
If Minster recovers it, there's no way that Army can stop the clock.
No, they can't. But 3 plays at 40 seconds each is 80, 100. Do the math quickly. There would be little time, if any, if Minster had to punt. If they just ran it 3 times with the clock running. But see what happens here. This is the play as Minster will take a timeout. We'll take one with them and come back with the final 2 minutes of this high school football game here on NKTelco Sports.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at cargill.com.
20-13 your score, and the ball game right now in the hands of the special units. We didn't speak much of them throughout the night. We talked a lot of offense, a lot of defense, and right now it comes down to who can execute what's going to be an onside kick. So a lot of it depends a little bit on luck and the bounce and how fast you can recover it. And in case of Minster, you put your people with the best hands up near that line of scrimmage.
The good hands people.
Now the NFL has changed how they do the onside kick with how you can overload or can't overload the side of the football. I have no idea what it is in high school, but you think it's got to be similar. Though they go to quick huddle.
Minster's ready for it.
Yeah, and they get it just past, so kind of a neat little gimmick there. It looked like they were going to huddle up, and they turned and fired.
Thought they'd catch him
sleeping
by surprise there, and Minster was ready.
Well, right idea, trying to catch the enemy off balance, and it didn't work. The ball took a beautiful hop. And
good execution by both teams.
It was. Yeah, a lot of it, those onside kicks, you need the ball to bounce funny or hit someone in the chest plate of their shoulder pads, and it didn't happen.
1:59 left.
Yeah, not a lot of time will be left here. As it could just be 3 victory formations, like you said, with the 40-second clock. This will take it down.
Take a couple steps back, take a few more seconds off. Nope.
Okay, so we'll wait 40 seconds, and that'll take it down to a minute 20.
So there might be like 20 seconds left. That was a
minute
guess
20.
on my part. That was not calculation.
Well, you know, doing time is always different than doing regular math because you've got to do it in terms of 60s and not 100s, and I haven't studied it that well. But Minster, if they have to give it up, Fort Loramie will not have much time left. Of course, they might have to force them to punt. You never know with a bad snap.
This would be a good time to have the play clock running so the quarterback can see it.
They can't, but the referee raises his hand in the backfield. He motions.
Okay.
So the quarterback can see him. He's not totally alone. But
he's I'm not going to say that.
Think before you speak.
I did.
Okay, quiet. So another third down here now. And this is going to be down. Like I said, it will force a punt. So, you know, high school is always kind of, nothing's taken for granted like you see on Saturdays and Sundays. These guys are high school kids, and, you know, it could be a punt's always
This is going to be close to being over.
Well,
it is.
Okay, you're right. So forget all the math.
Forget that 20-second thing I was talking about.
You're right. Well, Minster prevails, a competitive game by both teams. Fort Loramie will be disappointed. Minster is satisfied with the big win. But your final score, the Wildcats 20, the Redskins 13. We'll take a break, come back and wrap things up here from Minster Memorial Field here on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At First National Bank, we are...
Trust us! Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional. Trust us.
NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back to Minster Memorial Stadium, NKTelco Sports, sponsored tonight by Grand Lake Health Systems. Our final score 20-13 in favor of the Wildcats, and with our final stats here is Ron Cruzy.
For the Fort Loramie Redskins, rushing, they had 120 yards. Minster, 132 yards. Total offense, 362 for Fort Loramie and 278 for Minster. Passing yards, 242 for Loramie, 146 for the Wildcats. Penalty-wise, 6 penalties on Fort Loramie, 3 for Minster. Turnovers, probably the biggest part of the ball game. 4 turnovers for Fort Loramie to 1 for Minster.
Yeah, it's not many times we see the losing team maybe outgain the winning team. 362 yards for the Redskins, but compared to 278 for Minster, but the turnovers played a big part of that. And Minster prevails and holds on towards the end. It came down to an onside kick, and Minster recovered, and that's how the game ended. Your scoring summary quickly went like this. The game opened up with a Minster touchdown on a Niemeyer to Rechterman touchdown, a 25-yarder. PAT was missed, and right before half, it was the other way around. Rechterman to Niemeyer for a 3-yard touchdown passing catch. PAT was good. It was 13-0 at half. Redskins open up the third quarter with a big 64-yard passing catch. Colin Moore to Damon Mesher. PAT was good. And then Minster added another touchdown to make it 20-13. And then Fort Loramie comes all the way back with a late TD, a Drew Bonanza 3-yard pass from Moore to make it 20-13. That's how the game ended. And congratulations to the Wildcats. We'll now move on to our player of the game. I should say the final Minster score was by Alex Schmidtmeyer, a 3-yard rushing touchdown. So our player of the game tonight goes to Trent Rechterman, a defensive back / quarterback tonight for the Minster Wildcats. We talked about his catch for a score. We talked about his throw. Defensively, he was in on some plays as well. And his punting was very good tonight as well. Got a good foot on the ball. Had 4 or 5 punts, all good distance, good hang time. Congratulations to Trent Rechterman. I'd like to thank our crew tonight, our cameras, Kurt Kuffner, Josh Miller, Xavier Gross, our director, Bryce Hamrick, his assistant tonight, Ian Bullheimer. For my partner, Ron Cruzy, I'm Jeff Henshin. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's telecast. And once again, thanks for watching here on NKTelco Sports Grand Lake Health Systems.